Hello, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the CEO Sports Show for January 11th, 2026. This is going to be the first CEO Sports Show for January 11th, 2026. We're going live in the morning. No, I'm sorry. I think this is the second. Never mind. Doesn't matter. We're going live tomorrow to talk about, the fallout from these games. But we got to talk about these games, folks. We got to talk about these games because, to me, there were two absolute bangers of games, and then the last game of the night, and just a disappointing performance there from the Chargers, and wasn't a very entertaining game to say the least. But I mean, impressive performance from the Patriots to say the least. But I want to start off. We'll go in order here. We'll start off in order. We'll go Bills, Jags, Eagles, 49ers, and then Patriots versus Chargers. And here's where I want to start off with the Bills and Jacksonville Jaguars game. The Bills are not the best team in the playoffs. They're not the best team in the AFC. When you look at player number 2 to 53, when you look at their roster from top to bottom, the Bills are not the best team even in the AFC. But the reason why I have so much faith in them as a team is because that one, when you compare their one to everybody else's one, they don't come close. Josh Allen is the best player in the sport. He's better than Patrick Mahomes. He's better than Lamar Jackson. He's better than those guys. This is the best quarterback in the game. This is the best player in the game. And he has proven time and time and time again throughout the course of his career that you can give him a mediocre roster and he will give you great results. Has it resulted in a Super Bowl yet? Not yet, but it could this year. Name me one team that you feel like overly confident saying, yeah, they're going to beat the Buffalo Bills. I mean, the Jacksonville Jaguars were as hot of a team as any team in the NFL. They might have been the best team in the NFL going into this game. And they lost this game. Why? Because when it came time to execute, Josh Allen was nails. He was downright just disgustingly good. And when you look at his performance today, 28 for 35, 273 yards, 7.8 yards per attempt, one touchdown with a QBR of 87.3 and a passer rating of 108.7. Josh Allen raises his level of play in the playoffs like very few quarterbacks can. He's already a fantastic regular season player, but he's even better in the playoffs than he is in the regular season. And I get it that he's run into some rough patches here with the Kansas City Chiefs, right? Going up against that team. They've really struggled to get over the hump. They're not in the playoffs this year. And when you look at the rest of the AFC, you got the Broncos, you got the Broncos, you got either the Texans or the Steelers, you have the Patriots, and then you have the Bills. Like, out of the 5 teams that are remaining on the AFC side of things, tell me one team that you believe in more than the Buffalo Bills. And the reason why I believe in the Bills so much is just because when the games get close, like pretty much every playoff game does, there is one guy that performs better than anybody else in the league, and he's still playing in the playoffs. And that's Josh Allen. So incredible performance against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I thought that, he was really, really impressive. And when you look at this game for the Buffalo Bills, they didn't run the ball effectively. Not at all. I mean, 15 carries for 46 yards for James Cook. He wasn't that good this game. Josh Allen, 11 carries for 33 yards, 3 yards an attempt. Like, they didn't run the ball effectively this game. Their defense played well, right? Their defense played well enough, but Josh Allen is the storyline of this game because this guy made plays when he needed to make plays. And because they have Josh Allen on their football team, that's why I believe in them more than anybody else. And like, the thing is about this game is that the Jacksonville Jaguars are a really good football team. Like, if they were playing anybody else in the AFC in this spot, I would probably think that the Jacksonville Jaguars would win that game, right? Like, if they played the Patriots, I think Jacksonville probably wins. If they play, I mean, maybe not the Broncos, right? Like, I think the Broncos and maybe the Texans, I think, are maybe better teams than them. Maybe. I don't know. I think offensively, Jacksonville does more offensively than Houston does, but Houston's defense is so damn good. But I'm just saying, like, this was kind of a rough spot for the Jacksonville Jaguars, but they are still a fantastic football team. And they went out there and they beat a fantastic football team in their own building. And what's crazy is, like, Josh Allen had 3 touchdowns today, 3 total touchdowns. He had 1 over the air, 2 touchdowns on the ground. He's sensational. He's the best player in the sport. And, like, when you look at this Jaguars team, like, I am so bullish on their future. I really am. Like, I think that they're going to turn this around next year and they're going to be back in the playoffs again. Like, I didn't believe it when they made the divisional round that year. I think it was in 2022, I think it was. Yeah. I didn't believe in that team the following year. I said, they're not there yet. This Jacksonville Jaguars team, different story. I believe in them, like, going into next year, 100%. But, like, when you look at the rest of the AFC, if you're the Buffalo Bills, going forward, they're going to play the Denver Broncos next week. Denver Broncos are a really good football team, but they can get got. And I think that the Bills are going to be the team that gets them. Like, I'm predicting that the Bills are going to win that game, and then they're going to get the winner of, the Patriots versus the Texans. Texans might be a difficult matchup for them. Like, they really might be. But, like, man, when you have the type of quarterback that Josh Allen is, the quarterback on the other side of the ball, as long as they're not Patrick Mahomes, like, I'm sorry, I go into every game thinking they're going to win this game. If I were a Buffalo Bills fan, and I'm not a Buffalo Bills fan, but if I were, I would go into every game confident as hell about my team winning that game because I have that quarterback. I just can't say enough good things about Josh Allen. And it's so funny to me, like, when I'll hear this from people when it comes to Josh Allen going into the playoffs. Josh Allen's got no excuse, man. No Lamar, no Patrick Mahomes, no Burrow. No. It's not Josh Allen that doesn't have an excuse. Josh Allen, when it comes to the playoffs, this guy has delivered the goods. This guy has been, outside of Patrick Mahomes, the best playoff performer in the NFL right now. That's how good he's been in the NFL. It's not Josh Allen that doesn't have excuses if they don't get this thing done. It is Brandon Beane who doesn't have excuses if they don't get this thing done. Because last time I checked, when you look at this roster, the offensive line's good. James Cook is great. The tight ends, they're pretty good. The receivers are bad. Like, yeah, Khalil Shakir is like a decent slot receiver, but, like, come on. Keon Coleman, Brandon Cooks, come on. Like, who even are, like, I obviously I shouldn't say that because Brandon Cooks is a really damn good player. But, like, at this stage of his career, and they're putting up points on the board. Like, Brandon Cooks has been a asset for this team. And the reason why is just because it's like, hey, you're at least an average receiver. I can get you the ball. But I don't know. Like, I look at this and I just say, Brandon Beane, to me, if the Bills don't get it done, that might be a move that you have to make, right? Like, I don't think they're going to make that move. Let me just state that, because I think the Bills are going to get very deep in the playoffs. But I'm just saying, like, I kind of want to reshape football talk and not have it be like, if the team loses, let's just look at the quarterback. Let's look at the quarterback, because that's lazy analysis. Because football is the most complementary sport in all of sports, right? Your offensive line has to block. Your receivers have to get open. Your play caller has to dial up the right plays. Your run game needs to be good. Like, all of these things need to be in unison. Your defense needs to hold up and give you a chance as an offense. Like, it's 53 men on a singular roster. There are so many moving parts. You got to hope that the position coach is coaching his unit properly, right? Like, there's so much that goes into football rather than just, oh, the team didn't play well. Just look at the quarterback. It's the quarterback's fault. Quarterback can only do so much to mask certain deficiencies on a football team. But, hey, look, the Bills, they're looking good, man. They really are. I want to move on here to the Eagles versus the San Francisco 49ers, because what a game that was. I want to start off with the Eagles here. The Eagles were frauds this year. I mean, like, I was not fooled by that 3-game win streak that they went on where they beat the Raiders, who are bad, the Commanders, who are bad, and they lucked up and got a win against the Buffalo Bills. Didn't believe in it one bit. I mean, like, this team is very flawed. Do they have a lot of talent? Yeah. Is the defense really good? Yeah. Offensively, there are so many problems that they have. The quarterback's not that good. The offensive line is aging. The play caller isn't very good. I don't know how great their position coaches are outside of the offensive line coach, because he is like one of the best offensive line coaches of all time. They have real problems over there. And I don't think that this is just some quick solution of just swapping Patullo for somebody else. Like, no, they have a lot of problems on that team, and it starts with the quarterback. You know, people all the time out here, like, try and put Jalen Hurts with Kyle Shanahan. Jalen Hurts with Kyle Shanahan, do you know what Kyle Shanahan's offense is? Processing, getting the ball out of your hands quickly, being accurate in the middle of the field. Like, you saw the amount of in-breakers that they were running against that Philly defense. Do you think Jalen Hurts is going to be able to be as effective as, let's just say, a Brock Purdy in that type of offense? Absolutely not. If you cannot trust your quarterback to add 2 + 2, you cannot trust him to divide 49 by 7. Chris Sims said that, and I 100% agree with him when he said that. And that's why the offense looks the way it looks. It's not just the Kevin Patullo thing. It's the fact that the quarterback is just not that good at reading the field. And even Tom Brady was saying that on the broadcast. He scrambles out to his right because he has trouble seeing over his offensive line because he's not that tall. They have a lot of problems. And, you know, you look at A.J. Brown. Do I think he's going to be there next year? No, I don't. Is Dallas Goedert going to be there? I'm not sure. I mean, maybe he comes back, but maybe there's a team that offers him a big contract. Do they have the money to afford Dallas Goedert? They pushed a lot of money into the future when it comes to building that 2024 team, and they won a Super Bowl, so you got to give them credit there, right? But the bill is due now. Like, they're going to have trouble signing Jalen Phillips, Nakobe Dean, eventually Jordan Davis. They're going to sign Carter this offseason because that's a talent that they probably look at as somebody that's, you know, they can't lose that guy. But, like, where's this money coming from? Where's the money coming from to re-sign Dallas Goedert? Where's the money coming from to re-sign Nakobe Dean and Jalen Phillips? Like, these guys are going to be $13 million plus players at minimum. Where do they have this money? Are they going to push it into void years? Their void years are like already maxed out, which is why in 2029, their roster is going to be awful. This is not like a quick turnaround for them. Their roster is getting older, especially offensively in particular, right? Like, they're still pretty young offensive or defensively, but offensively, like, the offensive line's starting to get older. Lane Johnson, how long is he going to be there for? Is he going to have another year? And in that next year, is he going to be able to stay healthy? They're probably going to have to draft an offensive tackle. Is Saquon Barkley, is he starting to really regress here? He wasn't great this year. He wasn't. Like, he started to turn it on towards the end of the year. But, I mean, what is he going to be, 29, 20? Yeah, I think he's 29 years old next year. It's not like running backs get better the longer that they play, right? Unless you're like a Christian McCaffrey. But even Christian McCaffrey, just as a pure rusher, he's not the same guy he was 2 years ago. Like, yeah, he's great when it comes to catching the ball and being like pretty much a receiver. He's great for that. But I don't know. And to talk about this game, because I do want to talk about this game here. I mean, this game came down to the Eagles offense didn't execute. The 49ers defense is not good at all. 49ers fans will tell you that themselves. And they only put up 19 points on the board. That's pathetic. That's awful. And it's not like they didn't have opportunities to put more points on the board. Brock Purdy was trying to give you the game. I mean, they gave you 2 interceptions. And what did you do with those interceptions? I'm genuinely curious to see what they did with those interceptions. Did they go 3 and out like they usually do? Interception, field goal. Interception, 3 and out. Like, it's just, I don't think this is just, hey, switch the play caller out and everything will be good. Like, they have some real problems. But like, when you look at what San Francisco is doing, they found a weak spot in that Philadelphia defense, which was, we're going to attack the middle of the field. What they did with their inbreakers, attacking the middle of the field, they had a lot of success attacking the middle of the field. And they were getting McCaffrey involved in the passing attack. Demarcus Robinson like showed out. That's the thing, right? Like, if you're a team like the 49ers, if you're going to continue to win games here in the playoffs, you need guys that aren't household names to step up. Juwan Jennings, like, he had one play for 45 yards. He had one reception for 45 yards today. That was it. Demarcus Robinson was really the one that was getting the job done for them. And unfortunately for them, they're missing Kittle. And that's the thing. That's where I'm just really like shocked at the Eagles' performance, because it's like, hold up. This 49ers team was like banged up. They were missing all of their best players. No Bosa, no Fred Warner. Kittle got injured early. And you still couldn't find a way to win this game? I think that's inexcusable. I think that's inexcusable. And I know it's just people are just going to scapegoat Kevin Patullo, and that's fine. Okay, he's not a good offensive coordinator, and they're most likely going to move on from him. That's what's going to happen. The fans are going to get their way. But the real problem that they need to address is that they have a quarterback who's making a lot of money, who is not answering. He's not being the solution for any of this. Like, can people stop giving this guy excuses? People tell me how great of a playoff quarterback he is, but yet I look and I'm like, there's like, what, 6 or 7 games that he's played in the playoffs where he's like bad to mediocre. Like, yeah, he's had some really high highs in the playoffs. People tell me how clutch this guy is. And I'm like, then why is it that he never makes clutch plays? Why is it do I never see him, taking his team down the field and cashing a score in for a touchdown to give his team the lead? Last 2 times he had the opportunity to do that. Chargers threw an interception. This time had another opportunity to do that. What did he do? Threw the ball in a triple coverage towards Dallas Goedert. If he's clutch, why doesn't he make clutch plays? I don't see that. I don't see a clutch quarterback there. Because if he was clutch, he'd make clutch plays. So I just look at this and I say, like, okay, there's a stat that's going out there. The longest, I think, like 15 yard plus. Is that true? I don't think that's true. There was a stat that was going around that like Juwan Jennings had more 15 yard plus. Was it 25? I don't know. I don't know. That was bad information there. But yeah, I mean, look, the 49ers, to me, did they do anything impressive to win this game? Like, they were really good situationally down the stretch. Like, when they needed to make plays, they made plays, both offensively and defensively. So I do give them credit there. But like, to me, I was going into this game and I'm like, if the Eagles don't win this game, it's because the Eagles made a lot of mistakes. But it was actually the 49ers that made a lot of mistakes, which is why this is so like mind-boggling to me. Because everything that could go right for the Eagles went right for the Eagles this game, outside of Lane Johnson not playing. Okay, Lane Johnson didn't play. Well, Nick Bosa didn't play for the 49ers. That evens it out, in my personal opinion. Fred Warner didn't play for the 49ers either. George Kittle got hurt as well. Just a baffling loss from the Eagles. They had no business losing this game. From 1 to 53, they're a better football team than the San Francisco 49ers. But what did the San Francisco 49ers do? They're coached up. Saleh is an outstanding defensive coordinator. Kyle Shanahan is an outstanding offensive play caller. They won this game because of the guys on the sideline. But I still look at this and I say, Purdy had 2 interceptions. Jalen Hurts didn't have an interception. They didn't have any turnovers. They lost the turnover battle. They lost the turnover battle they won the turnover battle and still lost this game. What a baffling performance from this team, man. And that's the thing. That's why I never bought into the Eagles this year. When I saw that 4-0 stretch, I'm like, They should have lost like 3 of those games. And then they had that 2-game losing streak. I think it was to Denver and New York. And I was like, this is just another 2023 season for them. Not all collapses look the same. This, like what the Eagles did towards the end of the year, that was a collapse. Like losing to Dallas, losing to Chicago, and then losing to LA. You know, yeah, they ripped off those 3 games with the Commanders, the Raiders, and the Bills. But I knew what this team was on going into the playoffs. I heard a lot of people, look out for the Eagles. I'm like, the team's not that good. They're in a bad division, which, by the way, they only went 500 in that bad division. There wasn't a single team that made the playoffs in that division outside of the Philadelphia Eagles. So, rough game for the Eagles, to say the least. But yeah, shout out to the San Francisco 49ers. Got a big win. They are going to be playing the Seattle Seahawks next week. And you want to know what's kind of crazy about this whole thing when it comes to like this game is that Sam Darnold went up to Brock Purdy and said, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. He knew what time it was. He knew what that team was capable of. Now, I want to move on to the New England Patriots and Los Angeles Chargers game. In particular, I want to talk about the Los Angeles Chargers. Just another rough playoff performance from Justin Herbert. I'm still all in on Justin Herbert. I'm sorry, you cannot talk me off the Justin Herbert bandwagon that I'm on. I think that this guy is still a fantastic quarterback. And yet, again, another bad playoff performance. And you want to see better from him in the playoffs because you want to see him execute when the games matter the most. But when I look at this Los Angeles Chargers team, I'm just like, they're not that good. Like offensively, they're not that good. Their offensive line was bad. The pass catchers are not good. Ladd McConkey is a good player. He's a good slot receiver. But teams don't fear Ladd McConkey. Keenan Allen's an okay receiver. Quinn Johnston, Trey Harris. These guys are not good. Like, football is not just, okay, the team lost, quarterback didn't play well, quarterback played well. Like, because a lot of people look at football and they say, if the team won, the quarterback played well. If the team lost, they didn't play well. Football is a complementary sport. The offensive line has to protect. The offensive line for the Chargers did not protect. The receivers have to get open and catch the ball. The receivers did not get open and caught the ball. The play caller has to dial it up. They don't have a very good play caller. The run game has to be better. The run game was not good. They ran for 87 yards. 57 of them came from Justin Herbert. This guy is one of the most talented quarterbacks in the NFL. I'm my 4th-ranked quarterback in the NFL, and I'm not moving off that. Ugly loss, no doubt about it. But Justin Herbert is a victim of his own success because the Chargers did not belong in this spot. The Chargers did not belong winning 11 games this year. When you look at their roster from 1 to 53, and especially when you look at the offensive side of the ball, they have bad offensive personnel. It's not good. They need to improve on the outside. They need to get weapons for Justin Herbert. He has no weapons on this team. I don't want to hear he has Ladd McConkey. That's not good enough. If you're telling me, look at the weapons Justin Herbert has. He has Ladd McConkey. Well, you kind of just told on yourself there. Amarian Hampton, 1 carry for -1 yards. Pretty sure he got injured this game. I don't know. I don't look at football the way some other people look at football, where it's just like, quarterback, you got to find a way to win the game. Like, yeah, that happens. You can attach that to certain situations, right? Like you look at Jalen Hurts against the San Francisco 49ers, and I say, you got to find a way to win that game. And the reason why I say that is because he has the talent on that football team. He has an offensive line that protects for him. He has receivers that can get open. He has a tight end that's really damn good. He has a run game that can take pressure off him as a passer. You have to find a way to win that game against the worst defense in the playoffs. This is different because the Patriots do not have a bad defense. Their defense is actually pretty damn good. And like, it's not like the Patriots, like offensively, it's not like they were that great this game. I mean, they put up 16 points this game. That's not like lighting up the scoreboard or anything. So I don't know. When I look at the Chargers, I just think that they need to look themselves in the mirror and they have to say, okay, whatever we think we're going to do, we have to switch some things up. We have to invest in the skill players on this football team. You have to get better wide receivers. A.J. Brown will be available. If I'm the Chargers, I'm looking to add A.J. Brown to this football team. Like, they have to make changes to this personnel. And it starts with getting better weapons on the outside. And you have to hope that this offensive line can stay healthy, because this offensive line has really struggled to stay healthy for the Los Angeles Chargers. No Joe O. No Rashawn Slater. That's a problem. It's already not that talented of an offense as it is. The offensive line isn't that good. Even now with those two there, yeah, the offensive line is better, but it's still not a great unit. Mekhi Becton has been an absolute bust signing for them. Hasn't been good for them. I mean, like, I don't think that there is a single player on this offensive line that teams are like overly interested in adding to their football team. I don't think that's the case at all. So if I'm the Chargers, I'm calling Philly and I'm saying, hey, what's it going to take to get A.J. Brown over here? And I would really be interested in A.J. Brown if I'm the Los Angeles Chargers, because that guy is a damn good receiver. And that's what Justin Herbert needs on this team. The Chargers need that as a whole. They need to improve it. Like, you cannot go into a season with Quentin Johnston being your number one outside receiver. You're just not going to win football games like that. So I get it. It's another year where Justin Herbert plays bad and people are going to say that people are making excuses for him. I don't know. I just look at that and I just say, team's not that good. And when you get in these spots with teams like the Patriots, great teams like the Patriots that have great coaching staffs, this stuff gets exposed. But to give the Patriots their flowers, like, I thought Drake May played pretty well this game. Like, I don't think he was outstanding. I know the box score looks really good for him. 17 for 29, 268 yards, 9.2 yards per attempt, a touchdown, interception. Like, he played pretty well this game. Like, I don't think he lit the world on fire, but I thought he played pretty well. And for your first time being in the playoffs, for you to play like that, that's impressive stuff. You know, just a steady performance from Drake May. And, you know, obviously one of the young stars in this game. And really, like, I remember back in June, I said about Drake May, I'm like, this guy's better than Jaden Daniels, because I watched the tape, right? And I saw how Drake May processed and his approach to the game. And I said, give this guy a year, give him some better weapons, give him a better coaching staff, and he'll be great. And he's been great this year. So I know I spent a lot of time on the Chargers. I just think that that was a more interesting topic. Like, I feel like people are going to be talking about that more, because I don't think that this was like some amazing performance, like, at least offensively, from the New England Patriots. I thought they were fine. But like, the story coming out of this game is going to be Justin Herbert. And I feel like I got to defend the guy because I think he's an awesome quarterback. That's going to be it for the episode, though, guys. If you haven't already, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.